Hi, I'm Faith.
And I'm Neysa. And this is
Go Ladies, a podcast about navigating life, love,
and so much more
from a 40-plus perspective.
We start every episode laughing like this now.
Because y'all missed the conversation before we start.
We need a Patreon or something so we can just start talking and they can just watch us, the foolishness that ensues. So, hey, everyone. We are back yet again with your latest episode of the Go Ladies podcast. I realized that we say who we are. No, we're not doing bump, bump, bump. Go ahead.
Such a hater. What?
Anyway, so yes. We talk about kind of who we are as you hear in the intro, but just I don't know if we said I'm Neysa and you're Faye since we've been on camera. Have we done that? I mean, I assume context clues you would know.
You just said it.
I did just say it.
Okay.
Okay. Hi. We're back.
It's an all new month.
Yes, come on, February. Yes, the month of love.
And yeah, speaking of love, the babies. Quick shout out to my big brother, Ruben. He's an Aquarius, a February Aquarius. It's his birth month, so I just want to shout him out.
Detroit's
very old, and likes young ladies.
Give it up a little bit.
Likes women who are 30s.
Okay, let's for the people.
I didn't say little girls, but I know what you mean.
But you know,
likes
30-year-olds,
maybe some 20s, late 20s. I don't know why they're like that, but they are. He's not the only one.
All men do though. Don't all men like younger ladies, and all women like older dudes?
They do. So when he hears this, I'm sure he's gonna
call you.
I know, I'm so excited though. Okay, so let's go. So happy birthday, February, babies.
Yeah.
It's also Black History Month.
It is. That's also when I say the month of love. It is Black love. It is self-love. It is the Valentine's love. If you got a Valentine's boo, it's all the love.
You know what's made in February?
What?
Scorpios. Hi.
I am staring Samuel L. Jackson Lee.
I know.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, no.
Okay, focus.
I am all about the Black love simply because I am watching. Okay, I was gifted a masterclass subscription for Christmas. Mm-hmm. And you know, the nerd in me is eating it all up, right? Mm-hmm. And they had this amazing Black history series. It has Nicole Jones and Cornel West and Angela Davis and just all these great thinkers, talking about all things Black history.
Yes.
And it was just one of the topics was about Black love and our love of country and how our Black joy and Black love kept us from burning down this bitch, basically. Yeah. I'm like, that's a good way to put it. Like,
yeah.
Black love. The antithesis of white supremacy is Black love. I'm like, I like that.
I love Black love.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm with it.
Yeah.
So, with it being Black History Month, just question, right?
Okay.
In your opinion, do you think Black History Month is still relevant? Like recognizing it, celebrating it? I will say this for context. I did see, I don't know if you've seen the clip. It's an old clip of Morgan Freeman, right? It's circulating again. I know of him talking about why, it was a 60 Minutes interview. Like he didn't understand the need for it because there's no White History Month. There's no, that was kind of just for context. But I am curious of your thoughts. Do you think we still need Black History Month? Is it relevant? Do people care?
So 2 things. Number one, bottom line, yes. We need a Black History Month. Here's why we need a Black History Month. And so the fullness of history encompasses all people who participated in the history. Then we're going to need a history month to talk about Black history. It would be different if we acknowledge during world history that, guess what? This world history class is from a Eurocentric point of view because we're teaching you Eurocentric history at this point. And then next semester, you're going to get the African-American perspective, the African perspective of this history. And then the next month, you get the Asian perspective of this history. And then the next month, you get the Latino or Latinx, perspective of this history, because history is written by the victors. And as long as history is written by the victors see it one way.
Yeah. And
that's just how it goes. Hence why in all of our history books, we start off as enslaved people and there's nothing else before that. It's a world history class. Like, that doesn't make sense, right? And so as long as we are taking history out and burning books and taking books out of libraries and talking about critical race theory and acting like the fullness of American history is not flawed, then we're going to have African American History Month or Black History Month to overcompensate for that. I mean, let's be honest. The people who were dealing with, if you think about the 60s, Ruby Bridges and all of them, they were quite young, right? They're taking these stories out of school libraries because, kids can't handle it, makes them feel bad. Well, how bad was it being spit on at school?
Thank you. Hello.
So until we can get to a place where history actually tells the full truth, the good and the bad, and it's not just propaganda, then we're gonna need a Black History Month. But you ask a girl who went to HBCU this question, what do you expect?
Okay, that's true. I agree. I love Black History Month.
Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
Oh, that was so good. I love it. We grew up celebrating it in my household. Like, my mom had like the lapel pin. She wore a different one every day. Now you see people do like t-shirts, like different teachers wear t-shirts with HBCUs or, So it was definitely a huge thing for me growing up. It was like, it's February, it's lit.
I have Black History Month decorations in the house. Like, we have posters going up the steps, Frederick Douglass, Harriet Tubman.
I remember
It's the decor.
You did.
I'll make sure you get it. Even today, I was looking for Black History flashcards and I couldn't find them. I'm like, where are my Black History flashcards at? Like, I need my flashcards,
Get some more.
I'm gonna have to, because I can't find my Black History flashcards. But let me ask you this, since you're asking me a question, let me ask you. How do you feel about the commercialization of Black History Month? Looking at Target and Bath and Body Works.
I was gonna say, you talking about the candles?
Specifically those two.
I will say I bought a t-shirt from Target. I wore it the other day. It says "Radiate Black Joy." Okay. I think Target is intentional about working with Black designers and not just let me slap some kente cloth and sell it under the Target brand. That's the difference with Bath and Body Works. They just slap some kente cloth on products they already have. And hey, it's Black History Month. And I think I saw the sign is like the Urban League is benefiting them or some proceeds or something. I could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. But I thought I saw that. So I'm like, was the Urban League even a part of the conversation? Like, or you just chose miscellaneous Black group and we're going to donate. So for me, that's the difference. Target, it's not their first time out doing this. They've gotten better as the years have gone on.
Right.
Bath and Body Works, to me, missed the mark.
I think also Target has a marketing campaign mixed up with different Black influencers talking about it, talking about what Black history is, talking about, just different things like that, education to go along with the commerce. But like, Bath and Body Works kind of fell short. That's my personal opinion. Yeah. I appreciate the fact that they're giving the proceeds to, whatever Black organization that they're going to give it to. Yeah. However, the bar is real low for that. I mean, that's just like the baseline of what you can do, Yeah. Oh, I mean, we know people right now selling fish plates and a portion of the proceeds go to this. Yeah, well, really, the proceeds go to your car note, but a portion of the proceeds. So I just feel like that's what they did with this one and they could do better, So
I feel the same way. Either do better or just don't do anything. I mean, you haven't done anything before, if I recall correctly. So no one's looking to Bath and Body Works like, I wonder what they're gonna come up with.
I think when Target did it though, it was very successful.
Yeah.
Because I remember the first year they did it, like my phone rang, like, girl, you see this at Target? And I'm like, Target, what? Let me run to the Target, let me go, because we live Target anyway.
Yeah.
And so then to see that they were highlighting Black designers and, Black creatives.
Yeah.
I've heard of some other places here in town that are doing the same thing. We're highlighting Black businesses, which I appreciate that. You're using your platform to share it with others. I think that's, a great thing. So, yeah.
I agree. I'm with you there. All right. We're keeping it blackety black.
Always.
So, President Biden.
Until I get me a white man, then I'm flipping up on y'all.
Who a white man?
I said, until I get me a white man, then I'll flip it up on y'all.
Oh, do what you need to do.
I mean, I like them brown, yellow, Puerto Rican, and Haitian. Taste the rainbow. Skittles.
Name is Five Dog from the Zulu Nation. I will do the whole song, Neysa.
I know you will. I know you will.
Tripod Quest. They're trying to get them in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Sidebar. So I'm gonna have to vote for that. Yeah. So President Biden, or as my boy in New York calls him, Joe Byron.
No, we'll put some respect on his name.
Video. I'm gonna send you that video. It's hilarious. Anyways, President Biden is sticking to his promise of nominating a Black woman to the Supreme Court. There have been obviously lots of feedback, lots of thoughts surrounding that. What you got, Neysa?
Don't do me like that. It's like, boom, go off. Because I always pop off about stuff. That's not nice.
Poppin'.
Here's the deal. He did make that campaign promise. He needs to fulfill that campaign promise. Now, let's be honest. Midterms are around the corner. You got to check some things off because folks came to the ballot box to ride for you. Yeah. And I don't know if they were riding for him as much as they were voting against somebody else. But either way, we came. And we came because, old girl was there too. It was like, oh yes, I'm about to get her in too. So that's a 2-for-1. Now you got to come through. And this is one you got to come through. Like they got to cast that right vote. They got to get this person in there. They got to do what they got to do. The second thing they got to do is do their student loans. If you do student loans, you can take the midterms and you can keep the White House. I don't know if they can do it without it.
Okay, political pundit. Let me call up CNN. Y'all gotta open it.
Where's Angela at?
Right, Angela real busy.
They got Angela. They got Abby. So
you could fill in.
I could fill in. They got Joy Reid, Soror. Joy Reid. So I mean,
and Abby as well.
Yes, I said and Abby. So
okay,
let me know. I will happily come on and share my thoughts.
We'll see. I'm not interested, but I know there definitely will be much more of a smear campaign because Black women, right?
Oh my gosh.
It's going to be nasty. I hate to say that, but it is. It is. Whoever it is, those who seek to keep things status quo, it's going to get nasty.
Well, think about this. President Barack Hussein Obama. I got to smile when you say it.
Right. You do.
Yes. He was as much of a unicorn saint, walking on water more than, anybody else outside of, the Jesus, because whatever he'd done wrong, they would have found it. The fact that he said, I smoked weed in college and was able to move past that. Yeah. Without him being portrayed as a drug dealer, that could have easily gone like he was in NWA, how people just exaggerate. So thinking about that, I wonder, this person, whoever this is, the burden of perfection has to be on them. Yeah. And I say it that way, the burden of perfection, because for some reason, we in this country expect our leaders to be perfect. While we are yet flawed individuals have a flawed country. Yeah. Those two things don't go hand in hand. So I don't understand why you expect this person to be perfect. And the burden of perfection on people who are brown is even greater, So, everything she does is going to be combed through with, white gloves to see, did she join the Black Student Union when she was at Harvard? And if so, did she ever write a thought piece and say, I don't know, anything,
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. So I'm just get prayed up for this one and make sure we, petition our representatives to do the right thing.
For sure. Yep. That was good. Angela. Hold on, Abby. Abby's call. Hey, Sarah. You need to fill in. Okay.
If she need me, call me. I'll straighten my hair. I'll whip it up.
You do not have to do that.
I know.
Fine. Speaking of nasty,
Miss Jackson, if
I tell your mama, I tell your friend.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, Neysa. It was so good. Did y'all watch the Janet Jackson documentary? I hope so. If not, you still have time. It's really good. I'm so happy Janet is finally deciding to talk. So many other people have told her story for her.
Oh, no.
And she's now finally speaking up. And, that's her business. She don't have to do it on anybody's time but hers. So she looks amazing. She looked like a mama. Miss Catherine, I have them cheekbones. She looks amazing. And I just she's telling her story. And the things she don't want to talk about, she don't talk about. Yeah. But pretty much everything is out there.
Okay, so full disclaimer here. Full transparency.
Yeah.
I ain't got that channel.
Right.
So I had plans to go watch it at a friend's house. Unfortunately, said friend got ill. So I have not had a chance to see it. However, I have combed the interwebs to see what was said about it.
Yes.
So I personally have not seen it. I told that there were two glaring things that were omitted. Ex-husband, the most recent ex-husband.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
And the fact that she danced around, is there another child?
True. You're right. She never came out and said, I only have one child, the one that I have now. Like there was never me and James did not have a child. Yeah, there was never that. It was birth control. It was.
I wouldn't keep a child away from their father.
That, yep. And then Debbie Allen saying, well, she was on set with us. She was always with us. When would she have had time to get pregnant? Like, girl, come on. But yeah, no, you're right. She didn't just come right out and say yes or no.
I love Janet though. So I was really sad when I couldn't watch it. I am waiting for it to pop on the Hulu, please and thank you for the free. Or some other channel that I can, get would be great. But I love Janet. I had the cassette for the Control album. We played in the car all the time. My first car, we was in there getting it.
Yeah.
Brother Nation came. Yes. I wanted the Pleasure Principle with the bangs and the fringe. I wanted to do it. Like, I'm sorry. I'm feeling too much. I wanted it. Like, that's the way love go, abs and hair. Come on, give me a choker. I need a choker too.
That wig though, girl. That wig. That look.
Girl.
That was.
I almost got a Wave Nouveau because I saw that. I'm like, if I get the Wave Nouveau, which is like a gel kind of light, can I get that and really get this hair going? And
Janet had the hair, honey.
She had the hair.
Damn.
She had the hair.
Oh gosh, she had the hair. She just had the looks.
I like the fact that she evolved, and the Janet you knew on Fame, not the Janet you have today, and she evolved right in front of our eyes and was unapologetic for it. I think it was like at some point she had to say made peace with herself and was like, I am who I am.
Yeah.
And here's who I am today. And I can appreciate that. So
I love that. One part that really stood out to me, I will say, her now production manager, but he started out as one of her dancers, told the story about they were when she and Renee were kind of going through their separation, divorce situation. And they were on a tour date in South Africa and Renee wasn't there. But this dancer just kind of went over to Janet and simply asked her, are you okay? And just kind of back to what we talked about in a previous episode, just checking on people. You visibly see something's not right with her. Her energy is off, whatever that is. And like, they've been best friends ever since. essentially the way they tell the story. Like he was just like, are you okay? Just checking on her, not Janet Jackson, just Janet, Demita Joe, you okay?
Right.
So that really stood out to me. I thought that was really dope. That's a good friend. So yeah.
There's a Katy Perry clip, but you've probably seen it. She's getting ready to go on stage. It was in the middle of her divorce. And she's boo-hooing. Like boo-hooing.
Yeah.
As she's walking to the platform, because apparently she comes up underneath the stage and pops out.
Yeah.
And she's crying and crying and crying. And she's walking that way. And I get the fact the show must go on. Like I understand that adage. I understand there are thousands of people who have paid their hard-earned money to see you put on a show. But she's crying so hard. She gets to the platform. The guy hands her the mic. And he looks at her and she goes, okay. And she goes, and turns it on.
Yeah.
And gives us Katy the performer. For those who are listening, I pop up and I smiled. But, to go from boo-hooing, I mean, really,
I know, yes.
She
pops her head up.
Yeah. So she pops her head up and she smiles.
Yeah.
And she goes on to perform the show. And it was a very visual adaptation of what we all do so often. Yeah. I mean, how many mothers, spend time in your bedroom? Okay, this ain't working out. Okay, let me go and fix his dinner. The show must go on. Whatever your show is, it must go on. So and so happened. I gotta push through.
Yeah.
Even tonight, and I'm gonna call you out. Oh, I'm going there.
We ain't got that much time.
I know, I'm going there. Before we came on the show, right? We get on the thing, and I say, "You good?" And you were like,
Yeah.
I'm like,
"You're
we
right.
can stop this. We ain't gotta do this." And here we are having a good time. Now, I don't think that you are faking now. Obviously, I think that we just giggle and do stupid stuff anyway. But if you were able to rally, we can just call this off. And
I would. I would have texted you like, girl, I can't do it.
I ain't got it. Exactly.
Oh yeah.
But the show must go on.
Watch Janet.
I am. So
if you haven't, try and watch it.
Somebody invite me over so I can see it.
That's true. My mind went elsewhere. Who could invite you over? Let me see what I can work on for you. If you're nasty. Okay, y'all, we got a guest. I'm super excited about it.
We got a segue. So hold on one second. Be right back.
Okay. You better record it. Okay, hey y'all. We have another box.
Yes, this is our new thing. We have 3 boxes now. So Faith, tell us who our lovely guest is. Like Anna White.
I know. I'm like Bob Barker, Drew Carey. Okay, so Tasha Davis. So Tasha is an HR guru. I'm just gonna say that. Like, has helped me with HR stuff. Any human resources, you're it, Tasha. Like legit. You're good with people. But in addition to starting a new job, congrats to you for that.
Whoop, whoop.
Tasha also launched, and she's the owner of Nicole Grace Boutique, and you launched it in the Panini last year, right? Yeah, 2021. So all the madness, all the craziness, you have like this successful online business, and I got on a little piece here, the Loungewear Connection. So welcome to the Go Ladies podcast, Tasha Davis.
Thank you guys for having me.
I'm excited to get to know you more. We've met obviously before, but I'm excited to get to know and hear more about your story. So I'm gonna be learning as everybody else learns as well.
And Neysa obviously will chime in because Neysa really is like ready to fill in for Angela Rye at any moment.
Look, so you know I ask all the questions. I want to know stuff.
We like to be in depth and thorough.
I love it.
Yeah. Yes. So Tasha, we're just gonna get into it. Yeah. So I mentioned the Panini. Like clearly you have wonderful style. I'm looking at you. I know you personally. you can dress, makeup, face is always beat, etc. But what made you start Nicole and Grace, especially in a pandemic when so many people have like lost jobs and they're forced to do something else, but it seems like a real passion project for you.
Yeah, so I know I've always wanted to be an entrepreneur. Like I've been in corporate and HR for over 15 years, but I've always wanted to be an entrepreneur. And so I'm one of those people, like I have a notebook of all these businesses I want to open. And I kid you not, laying in the bed doing the panini, I was telling my husband, I said, I'm going to open up this boutique. And he's like, okay, thinking it's another one of those business ideas because I have a million of them floating around. And it was just one that really stuck with me. I'm like, I'm serious about this one. And being in HR, one of the things that I really saw, and if the pandemic really didn't teach us anything, is that you need not one, but multiple streams of income because a lot of employers laid off folks. Like I saw a lot of family and friends that their livelihoods was just taken away. And gratefully, like I work in tech HR, so our business was thriving. But it really just pushed me to like start it. And then the rest is kind of like history. I feel like now I want to be a serial entrepreneur and just like open up all these businesses. And the goal is to leave corporate one day. And I feel like a lot of people was working from home or either at home. People were online shopping. So that's where the money is at. It's in e-commerce and online. So that's what made me do it. So
I love that. I was excited when you said I have a notebook full of ideas because I have the same thing. I'm always calling Faith. I think I'm gonna do this next. I'm researching this right now. And she's like, oh, okay, so talk about though, can you just for a second, trying to balance it. It's a pandemic, you're a wife, you're a mother, you have a 9-to-5, and you're now an entrepreneur and launching this business on your own. How did you balance it all out?
It's hard, no lie. So I would tell you because of the excitement. So I was super excited in the beginning and gratefully and thankfully I have a job that was flexible, right? Like I did my thing. I knew when I had downtime, I would work on, business things. So I think, and also too, my husband is very, like, he's a great man. So he picked up pieces that, with our daughter and just around the house. So he was able to provide, take that extra load off of me to allow me to be creative and do more of the business stuff, because I think for me, it was very calming and soothing and I was able to take my mind off of stuff that, that stressed me, if that makes sense. Cause I had this new baby, this new business I was baking. So the support system from him was just amazing. So I really think he really allowed me to be able to kind of do more things by really just helping and being a great husband and dad. So
shout out to the husband.
I'll balance it out.
Hey.
Yeah.
Okay, you mentioned like just e-commerce and being an entrepreneur. So what would you say are like the top 3 key things people looking to kind of get into e-commerce or start a business? What are your top 3 keys that you would
That's a good one. Cause I'll tell you, social media is like the blessing and the curse of it all. You see people thinking like they post these little Shopify screens, all this money they make, and they glorify it to an extent, but it ain't that easy. So I would say really research your market, like making sure that the market you're trying to get into, you're able to provide an answer. Like you're solving that problem for that customer. So market research is key. And then another thing, and I wish I would have paid more attention in college, either undergrad or grad school, is marketing. Marketing is king. Like, oh my gosh, it's whoever has the best marketing is gonna win. And I'm still figuring like all that content creation, marketing, like figuring a lot of that out. And then just believing in yourself, like trying not to compare. I feel like comparison is the root of all evil. Like, don't look at someone's journey and expect your journey to be the same. Like, don't compare. And just have fun. Like, I really looked at it. Okay, it's an experiment, right? I'll see how this goes. But no, it is a business. Like, I've seen the amount of money that I can make in my sleep. I'm like, no, you get addicted. I'm like, no, let's keep giving the people what they want and just believe in yourself, your product. Be nice, be kind. I mean, I hate the cliche of Black business owners in the flack that we get with just being rude and providing trash products and things of that nature. But just have fun, but do your homework and do your research first. So
can I ask how big is your team?
It's two people,
Okay.
me and my husband. So
Exactly.
literally, my husband takes my pictures. He does all the photos with my iPhone. So we take some in my house, and then sometimes I'll rent like a little pure space little situation.
Mhm.
But we take them all. I really don't have a lot of time to edit. So sometimes I edit, sometimes I won't. But I manage the website. He has gotten to the point where he can do orders. So he packages orders, but I handle customer service. I do all the ordering of inventory, doing all the content. So it's just us for now. Hopefully I'll get a virtual assistant soon and they can handle some of that stuff because I do plan to grow. So, but it's just us for now.
Okay, the reason I asked that, some people think about the glamour side. They see the pictures, they see the influencers holding up, flat tummy tea on Instagram, think that's all it is to really get it, and not knowing the actual blood, sweat, and tears and late nights that go into it. So I'm glad that you said that, so people can understand what it takes.
And it doesn't take a lot either. Like I said, we do photos. We have $1,000 phones. Like this iPhone takes great pictures.
Hello.
In our house. So use what you have. And so again, it goes back to looking at everybody on the internet and social media and thinking. So you just got to be creative. And a lot of content creators would tell you like they shoot with their tripod, their cell phone. They're somewhere like downtown. They're in breezeways, just finding cool areas to take some cool shots. So you got to use what you have until you're able to like scale and pay for photographers in good space. So it's worked out.
I've seen the stuff. It looks great. So yes, it's
Thank you.
And I wanted to touch on customer service. I mean, like you guys are really good at that. Like your packaging, everything, logos, little special cards, little notes, etc. Because I was just having this conversation with somebody the other day. I am at a place where I'm not going to support you just because you're Black. Your customer service and whatever has to be on point, like I would any other business. And Nicole and Grace, like I always feel like I have a little treat coming in the mail.
Thank you.
Seriously.
We strive to provide an experience because that's one of the things that I have shopped at, boutiques, and then, customer service has been, lackluster. Like me reaching out just about something, and I'm like, didn't you read this? I'm like, well, gosh, I'm just asking. Yes, I did. That's why I'm reaching out. So yeah, I get it. So
yeah,
words, be kind. It takes nothing to be kind.
It goes a long way.
It does.
So would you share one of the mistakes you might have made when you started out?
Oh, yes, I will tell you. I order way too much inventory.
Okay.
I was too excited. Obviously, I didn't know like what my audience would like. So I was buying a little bit of everything. And so it forced me to run sales a lot quicker than I anticipated. Because I had all of the leftover inventory, and I looked at it like this is tied up money. So that was one of the things that I realized, oh, I probably shouldn't have done that. I probably should have offered like 7 or 8 styles but to me, I'm like, that's not enough. I think I had like 40 styles, and that's just ridiculous. So I think I have just gotten to a place where like all of that stuff when I launched in April is gone. I may have like some smalls. That's the thing. Smalls take forever to move, but I think a lot of that stuff is finally sold. But yeah, that was a big mistake, a costly mistake.
I'm sure.
And you're size inclusive. I do love that about you. And there's not about your company, and there's not like a huge markup for the plus size girls out there. Because oftentimes it's hard to find quality products. I will say, my personal experience in online boutiques, I'm like, this is trash, or, it doesn't fit my personal style. So I love that you are size inclusive. You have clothing for all shapes and sizes.
And we're trying to get better.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you. And we're trying to get better. And that's something that I hear. I just surveyed my customers that have spent, I think, or that have shopped with us maybe 2 or 3 times, because I feel like, okay, this is the audience. They keep coming back. And so that's been some of the feedback. We love it, but get more plus size. But I can tell you this, plus size is very hard to source. And then especially if you want to have it in the same regular and plus size, like some items just come in regular or they come in plus. So I've been trying to make sure if I can get both, I get both. But They're hard to source. And then some stuff like I've received, but I'm like, I'm not selling it. That's trash. Like if I'm not going to wear it, I'm not going to sell it. And then believe it or not, it's way more expensive too. So just trying to make sure I stay within, to your point, Faith, within this range. And I don't want my plus items to be like, well, why is it way more than, so I'm still trying to figure that out.
You got it. You'll get there.
Yeah.
I'm not worried.
Sorry. You think you'll ever open a physical store, or is that not needed?
Nope. No, I don't think. I just think it's too much. Like you got to have staff, and I feel like I have trust issues. But I was telling my husband this because I'm like, we're gonna have to have more staff because I anticipate like a big warehouse, and like him quitting his job to run it. Like I really do, and I'm like, we're gonna have employees. He's like, well, I can do the orders. I'm like, babe, really? If we get 300 orders a day, you're going to do like, no, we're going to have to hire someone. But I just think a physical store, that's too much. And loss prevention, theft. And then you got to make sure you're in a place that gets a lot of traffic. And I just, no. And then how I've seen it's a little easier online. I don't think that I would want to do that. So.
Well, we heard the vision about the warehouse and about hiring staff. Really, what's kind of next?
So I really want Nicole and Grace to be like a household name. So it started off, I really wanted to do Mommy and Me, but it was hard to focus on Mommy and Me and like women's products together. So I kind of hurry up and remove the Mommy and Me once I sold a lot of it. And so I really want to have like an extension, like think Home by Nicole and Grace, Skin by Nicole and Grace, Hair by Nicole and Grace. You get where I'm going? So I want to have an extension of like products and it's coming. So that's what I want to kind of, and then it'll probably be Kids by Nicole and Grace. So that way I can incorporate Addison with kid clothes and then maybe have more Mom and Me, Dad and Me. We've received a lot of feedback about men's clothing, like a men's line. And that's something one of my husband's friends, he's always joking, and he's a fraternity. He's like, where the clothes for the guys? Like, I can see like you have an adult men's line. So I'm like, okay, it wouldn't be named Nicole and Grace, but I think I would want to do something for men because you think about it, there's really not a lot of men boutiques, or at least I don't see any. My husband says he doesn't when he's online looking. So okay, there may be a market for that. Just need to do some research and find a model because my husband is 6'8" and really probably won't be able to wear a lot of the stuff. So you wouldn't be able to model. But yes, I think that will be next.
I love it when you mention the different lines because, seriously, those are all the things that me and my friends are talking about right now. The multiple streams of income, how do we have these different brands under one umbrella, just thinking this through because, time is now. I think you're right. If anything said time is finite, yes, and time is now. We got to go.
It is. And you can do it with little to no money. Like you really can. Just the first step is acquiring a name and a domain and get your license and go shop for product. Like you really can. So
I love that you've just done it. You know what I mean? You've done it. You haven't talked yourself out of it. No
doubt. I wanted to, Grace. Faith. I have. I'm like, I ain't doing this no more. I'm giving up. Like, it's been days. So I'm just like, and then something happened. And so my website is on Shopify. If you ever hear of like the e-commerce. So if you sell anything, I will say this, if anyone sells anything, you need to be on Shopify. Like this is an e-commerce site that is made to make you money. So I will get a cha-ching. That's like the sound you hear when you get a sale and they'll come through. I'm like, okay, God, like, I'm not going to quit. Like, I'm just joking. But it's stressful. Like I've cried. And when before launching, I was up to, I think the day before launch, I don't think I slept. Like I was up all night, just one, because I was just excited. I wanted to make sure the website was working correctly and just everything. And so I have a launch every time I release new arrivals. It's like I'm updating the website. I'm doing all of that. And I procrastinate a little, but that's another story.
You have a whole too.
I am always just like launching. And so I don't know, that it just motivates me. And each month I try to beat the previous month in sales. And so I'm really spending a lot of time like learning marketing and ads and all of this stuff. I've invested in a course. And so I'm just really trying to learn and give the knowledge. Like I don't mind, because I feel like if I can do it, anybody can do it. Like, let's make this money.
I love that. Who do you look to pattern yourself after or to learn from?
So there is this person on YouTube. So this is where I found her on YouTube, and this really kind of got me going. So her name is Jance Charté. And so she is an actual like boutique coach. So I signed up for her like 8-week accelerator course. So she's been in retail for like over a decade, I think. So she knows the art of selling, right? I've never sold anything. And so she really teaches, all about branding, which is what it's all about, marketing, all the stuff that people don't really tell you about. They just, oh no, you need to go do this. Well, no, you really don't. You got to fix a lot of stuff. So she's really great. She has coached many boutique owners. She's a 6-figure boutique owner. She is $1 million coach. Like her courses are bomb. And so had to go through a lot of like the fluff folks on Instagram and YouTube, and I found her. So she's great, very transparent. She will show you her Shopify dashboard in real time. She talks about, the $0 days, but she can have a $20,000 day. So I appreciate the transparency, because some people just want to show you the good stuff behind business. And she talks about, no customers that are angry with her because of orders and just all the stuff you really don't see online. So
that's great. That's great. No, that's good to know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I'm interested in knowing this. I want to know, how do you define style?
That's a good one. I feel like it's dependent on the person. Like you have to define that for yourself. Right. I can sell you fashion because I feel like I sell fashion, right? You go to Walmart and Target, Fashion Over for fashion, but it's how you style it that makes it unique. So everybody's style is unique. So I would say that depends on each person, because we can rock that set totally different. But it's fashion, right? But how we style it is different. So I think a lot of people fall in love with how I style things. And because based on like comments and people emailing me like, oh, I can see they'll buy everything I have on in a photo. It's like, I like how you put that together. I would have never put that together like that. So I would say, yeah, it just depends on the person. Don't have any limits or boundaries. Be you. For me, I like being unique. I've never been one that liked to look like everybody. And I think that's why a lot of people will come to me and have me style them or pick them out something to wear, because it's gonna be a little different, but it's gonna be cute. So
it is gonna be cute. Now I will tell y'all, Tasha had me in this sweatshirt dress that was not a dress on me. It looked good on you in the pictures, but on me, my cookie was about to be out.
You just your tights and your little knee boots. I'm like,
I was like, Tasha, Neysa, I sent a video to Tasha. I was like, I think it's too short. But Tasha, you look cute with your little belt. And I've seen other people rock it that way, but I had to layer mine, honey, because I was
My sister said the same thing, and she's like a size 0. She's like, oh my gosh, that was too short. And I'm like, girl. But she's a little taller, but
it's cute. It's cute. Like you said, back to how you style it. So for me, it was a tunic.
You're hilarious.
And I loved it. But yeah.
Which is funny, because you have me with my thighs out all the time.
Because you got a nice booty. You're supposed to be naked.
She had me on your naked all the time.
I be trying to have it. She don't be all the way naked, Tasha. We're going to get her from Nicole first.
Oh.
Neysa got a big booty.
You got a big booty. Oh, yeah, your thighs should be out. Both of y'all got big booties.
That is not the topic today. We're not talking about booties.
Now. Okay. Go ahead.
Figure out, where can people find you? Like Instagram, website, where can they find you?
Yep.
Yes. So website is www.nicole, it's spelled like, Nicole, and graceboutique.com. So it's spelled like it sounds, Nicole and GRACE boutique.com. And then on Instagram and Facebook, it's the same. It's at Nicole and Grace boutique.com or at Nicole and Grace boutique, no.com. Sorry.
No problem. We're also going to put that at the bottom of the screen so everybody can see it. And then we'll make sure we link to it on Instagram so people can find you and support you. So,
yes, and I want to share this video.
Yay, we're so excited.
As
We're
you
so
should,
excited. Yes,
Okay.
I'm ready to go shop. I got my laptop. Well, a laptop right here. So I'm ready.
Yeah,
Oh,
multiple
thank
laptops.
you.
I do. I always have like 5 laptops up. So it is what it is. So,
Well, Tasha, we want to thank you for being on. But before we go,
yes.
we always have a to go. Are you ready for the to go?
Yes.
Okay. Life's too short to wear boring clothes.
Heck yeah.
That is by the designers at Kushni et Ox.
I love that.
So, yeah.
I
Yeah.
agree with them. I
Spice
approve
it
that
up.
message.
Yeah.
So we will find all the latest fashion styled appropriately and support Nicole and Grace.
Yes, we
Awesome.
will.
Thank you, Tasha.
all.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. And thank you guys, everybody, for watching. Well, like us on Instagram, join
Yeah.
the conversation. And if you have
Join
a style question, drop it underneath this post and we'll pass it along to Tasha and see if we can get an answer from her. She doesn't know that, but I'm gonna do it anyway. So
We're gonna do it. Yeah, follow. Go Ladies Podcast. Check us out. We're online.
Yep. Bye, everybody.
Thanks, y'all. Bye.